Hey everybody, welcome back to Electric Cafe. Today's video is album review from Level 42, Running in the Family. Level 42 is kind of I would say a jazz band, funk band. They kind of do it all. They do a little bit of synth pop, a little bit of R&B, jazz, funk. They kind of do it all. They're a good like jam band. Mark King, lead singer, plays, you know, probably one of the he's probably one of the most amazing bass players in the '80s as far as like popular music. I mean, just just sick funk player. I mean, he can wail on it. I mean, he's just really good. He's a strong singer. I like the way the singer. Him and Mike, who's the keyboard player, they do a good balance of harmonies when they sing. I think Paul Gold, I think, is the bass player. I'm not sure about the drummer. But then they have some other session players. I think play. They sometimes they have a saxophone in there. Sometimes they have some horns in there. Um, I think they generally have some good producers on here, like Wally. I always forget how to pronounce his name. Wally Badru or Badaro. Badaro. I always forget how to pronounce his name. Anyways, Wally Badaro is a great keyboard session player over the years. For a long time. Played on some great stuff like Grace Jones and Level 42, and yeah, and he has his own strong albums like Echoes and the one with the mountain. Uh, but Chief Inspector is a great track. He's just a really strong keyboard player and producer. And then they also have Harold Faltermeyer, who produced this, who went on to produce like Pet Shop Boys and things like that. So overall, like the engineering on the album is really solid. So they have a strong lineup. They're really tight musicians together. I think they started out roughly like 1979 or 1980. They're from the UK. Went through about, I think overall maybe they have around 10 or 11 albums. They went through a course of through the '80s of some really strong albums. And some popular singles. I think they had roughly about six top 10 records in the UK, and um, maybe about 12 or 14 like top 40 songs in America. They had maybe three top 40 songs, or was it two top 40s, two top 20 songs, Lessons of Love and Something Good. Both almost made one made the top 10, like number 7, and Lessons of Love was like 12. I always keep that stuff in my mind when I think about the bands. I always like looking at Billboard charts and see where they land. But yeah, they had a really strong run through the '80s, and then kind of petered out in the middle '90s. I think they broke up in like '94 and sort of came back and did some live shows for the most part. But yeah, I'm going to review the Running in the Family. So here's my notes. It's going to be kind of a quick review. I don't have a lot to say about every song. Um, So the first song, "Lessons in Love," nice jam. Obviously, it's one of their stronger songs as far as like pop song. The horns in it is a nice touch. It has a nice bouncy bass line. The bridge is great. The way Mike sings it is awesome. It's sort of like the chorus also, right? The bridge is sort of the chorus, right? And then it kind of just says "Lessons in Love." So it's almost like the bridge is part of the chorus is kind of cool. Everything works really well in the song. I have nothing really bad to say about the song at all. It's really close to being an excellent song, I feel like. I don't know if I was a little tough on the ratings. It doesn't necessarily have a lot of depth. You know, I don't know if I'm rating it a little low or a little high, or not, definitely not low. I got three and a half stars, right in the middle of very good and excellent. It's definitely a very good song. I don't know if it's excellent. It's definitely up there, so I have it right in between the two. Children Say, the next track, it's my favorite song on the album. Nice groove, keyboard's great, verses are great. nice and bouncy bass line again. I mean, Mike, that's Mike. Just bouncy bass lines all day long. It's just smooth, just hitting all kinds of notes. You know what I mean? Just nails it. And he doesn't do it over. There might be a song or two on an album where he really tries to impress, and you're like, okay, it's kind of a little bit overboard. I'm okay if he does it live on the album. I don't know if it just kind of totally takes the song a different direction and becomes like, I've never really been one for solos. Like I understand some guitar solos can really work well in some songs, and I understand, I appreciate that in jazz music, like solos, like I get it. But if you're trying to do rock music and you kind of do a solo, or I'm sorry, you're doing like pop music and you're doing solos, like guitar solo, I get it because maybe it's 30 seconds, but I don't know about a bass solo. It's just I don't know. I like keyboard solos. I don't know. Maybe it's just something. I just always think of like a bass line as not really a filler instrument, but it's part of the rhythm, right? So it accentuates the drums and the drive of the song and the direction of the song. But by itself, and he's a great bass player. Don't get me wrong. And live, I'll appreciate it, but I don't know if it really works for when he does in a song, on an album song. And he doesn't really do it in any of this album. But there's usually a song or two on every album where he kind of goes off, and you're kind of like, it's kind of cheesy. I don't know. But for the most part, he's strong. This is just a very small critique on it when he does that. Um, Children's Say it's got some soul in it. The third verse is excellent with Mike and Mark sort of singing together. Is really cool. Love the fade out on the song. It's just an awesome song. I got it excellent. 4 stars all day. It's probably my favorite song they do. Um, it's there's a couple of earlier songs. Living It Up. Obviously, if you know that song, and I really like Out of Sight, Out of Mind, especially the remix of that one. I really like those two songs. That's from the same album. Uh, can't remember, it's from the '83 album. Blanking on the name of it. Which I have the vinyl. I'll probably review that at some point. That one's got some good songs on it too. That's probably my other favorite album by Level 42. Um, oh yeah, but I got 4 stars. Four stars on Children's Say. Running in the Family is the title song for the album. It's not a bad song. Chorus is good. It's a little corny. I got it 1.5 stars. It's in between okay and good. It's not bad. It's over my second favorite song of the album. Uh, Probably, well, I got it tied with Lessons in Love with 3.5 stars. Um, it's I love the pacing of the song. Good keyboards. I like the way Mark sings it. I like the echo on the voice. The lyrics are good. It's nothing bad about this song at all. And it's pushing a little bit over 5 minutes, so it's a little long, but 3.5 stars. It's a super strong out, super strong song. It's really a nice ballad, a nice paced ballad. To Be With You Again was another single off the album. Kind of one of the weaker ones. It's not bad. I do like the keyboards in the back, but it doesn't really catch me. There's a couple song times on this where some songs kind of sounds familiar, and this one kind of sounds familiar with one of the later songs and maybe a song from another album. Sometimes when they try too hard, like to make a pop song, like it doesn't come off cheesy, but it's not my ideal version of their music. When it's natural, like Lessons in Love, it's just natural. Children say just comes off natural. I tend to like it when they're a little bit moody and um, kind of work into the groove. They kind of remind me a little bit of Doobie Brothers a little bit. It's kind of some kind of Michael McDonald notes. Not singing per se, but just in that kind of like soft rock, a little bit with the jazz. But when they get into like some grooves, like later on with the last song, like Freedom Someday, I think they're really good. Um, to be with you, I got 1.5 stars though. 1.5 stars. It's in between okay and good. Two Solitudes I like a little better. It's nice and smooth. Again, some nice melodies. It's kind of getting to what I'm talking about. What I do like about theirs, I do have in between good and very good at 2.5 stars. Fashion Fever, I think, is probably the the weakest song on the album. It kind of just trying too hard. It sounds like one of the other songs. It's not bad. I got it okay at 1 star. Sleepwalkers, not bad. Kind of mellow. Keyboards are nice. It's got a good pacing. Got a little bit of a reggae feel in it. Excuse me. Might be coming down with the cold. I got 2 stars. It's good. Then the last song on the album, I think it ends it with the strong ending. It's really nice. The track is called "Freedom Someday." I really like the chorus. Um, it's pushing six over 6 minute song. I really like it. It's got a nice melody through it. So overall, when I look at the album, when I add up the stars, right, 22.25 stars. So 22 and 1/4 stars divided by 9 songs. 2.47. So it's a little bit right in the middle of okay and or of good and very good. And that makes sense. I got it. There's one 4 star song, three 3 star songs, two 2 stars songs, and then three okay songs at 1 star. So, some very good songs on here. Mark's amazing bass playing. Does a great job with keyboards and backing vocals as usual. When they go into their smoother stuff again, it's good. It's Over, Freedom Someday, and Two Solitudes are all nice and smooth. Again, Julian uh, Mendelssohn. I've never heard somebody say that name. Mendelssohn and Wally Badarou. Um, Strong production, good background, keyboard playing, producing, engineering, strong. The Bad, a few songs sound the same, a few are a little corny, maybe trying a little too hard. But overall, I have it on the higher side of a good rating. I have it at a 68 out of 100. So close to being very good. Just an enjoyable album. Um, a couple of them sound a little dated, a couple of them sound the same, but overall, it's close to being a very good album. It's a song or two away. It's a if they would have had maybe took out Fashion Fever or To Be With You Again, even though To Be With You Again I think was a top 10 song in UK. I think if you take out Fashion Fever or maybe Sleepwalkers and sort of put in maybe a moodier kind of a ballad or some kind of like melodic song, like what I feel like they do good at it, I think this could be up to a very good song, very good album. It's got 9 songs, so but most of the songs are pushing far over 4.5 minutes. Most of them are 5 to 6 minutes, so it's not too short on content. But I do feel like it's a song or maybe a song and a half away from being very good. But overall, an enjoyable album, and I have a soft spot for their music. I do like their blend of pop and rock and funk and soul and what they do. And Mike's background singing I really like, and Children Say I think is this really strong song. I really like that song, and Lessons of Love and It's Over, really complimentary songs on this album. So overall, I really like this album. Just can't really close, but I feel like I can't put it in the very good album. But yeah, just curious, what are your thoughts on Level 42's Running in the Family? All right, thanks so much for watching.